Today is product development day, so baby is thankfully taking a nap. I have a little bit of time. I sort of had in my head like what kind of seedlings that I'm gonna bring, but I gotta say, like, this was my idea, but to me as a customer, I feel like this would be very unimpressive. I think I need to go back to the drawing board a little bit, maybe a smaller container, maybe we scrap this idea. At this point, I'm not really sure. I've just got to kind of play around a little bit more. Maybe this size will work. So last time I did this market, one of the reasons people didn't buy from me, like the biggest reason, is that flowers do not feel like something that you can kind of like carry around and shop with when you're at one of these markets. It's the last purchase that you're going to make. And then sometimes by the time you've been through the whole market, you don't even remember that I'm there. You forgot about it. You're not coming back. So my idea is to remove as many barriers as possible. And I really want to make whatever plants I have in as giftable and carryable as a format as possible. To me, this feels a bit more like a gift. I don't know, I guess we'll see how we sell. It's frustrating still being so much in the experimentation phase. I don't know, so I feel a little more wrapping makes it look cuter, but like, it still doesn't have the fact that this is a very small start, and I just don't know. So maybe this looks better with the bits cut off. At least that like looks like something. But I also gotta be honest, this feels like a lot of work for like maybe a $3 to $4 plant. Maybe. I just don't know if it makes sense. So I gotta think on this a little bit more before I devote a bunch of time to it. Let's go look at the tulips and I'll show you what a disaster that is. So of course, getting tulips for Mother's Day weekend in zone 3 or the prairies is like almost impossible. Doesn't really happen. But then we got a heat wave. And I thought, you know, maybe I planted my tulips in part shade. Like this might work, but let me show you what's happening. So I have these little itty bitty tulips that are only a few inches tall. However, your girl doesn't give up easy. So we are gonna turn some major lemons into hopefully some lemonade, and we're gonna make little fairy arrangements. And hopefully they're going to be adorable. Now, I would like my tulips to open up just a little bit more before I make these, but I feel like I also need sort of one sample so I can start like building some interest over on my social media accounts that hopefully people who are coming to the sale are going to be maybe coming for these things specifically. So these 3 are about my most open. Let's go try to make some lemonade with these. Okay, I actually think this looks kind of cute. Maybe I'll count up how many tulips I have and I might go grab some more of these at the dollar store. So I can make about 13 or 14 of those, kind of depending. I feel like I might just accidentally pull some out incorrectly or lose some along the way. So that's why I want to just, you know, estimate a little bit down. I think I only bought 8 or 10 of those containers, so I'll definitely have to go back. Then for pricing, we need to think, so that container was $1.75. Let's add $2 because of taxes. Then each of those tulip bulbs was worth, I'm just gonna say 70 cents to like add in kind of this, a little bit of the shipping and the tax or whatever. So 3, that's $2.10. So we're at about $4.10. So we need to multiply that by 3 at least. So they should for sure be $12. I include all of my taxes in with my price at market. So I'm going to charge 15. I'd say that's taxes included. So maybe it's just really the container that's the issue. So maybe let's try one of the basil in that white container and see if that just like solves everything. So I was getting the white container. I found these, which I had bought for my kids to actually drink out of, but it does solve my problem about being a cheap container that water can't get out of, because nobody wants to get water and dirt on them at the market. And maybe this is actually the right size. So let's try this. See, this is no good either. This design definitely fail. Like that is not going to work. So on its own, like, okay, pass, but maybe together in a collection, it'll probably look cuter. So let me pop those up. Actually, you know what? Scrap that again. That's just extra cost that I don't need. Why don't I just use these? It's simple, it's cleaner. I can keep costs down. I think these are gonna sell better too.
Yeah. I wanna build a life worth living. I wanna be rich cause I wanna be given. I feel the time keeps ticking. I wish I had more, but I'll take what's given. I just wanna pop cause I've been working a lot. I think I deserve a shot, I think I deserve a spot. Cause it's been years on this path that I walked, and if I keep going, I pray I'll be at the top. When I dream big, yeah, I commit. Wanted this life since I was a little kid. Never thought twice, I just did what I did. Worked towards it and now I have an addiction. I've been living life like a dream, like it's fiction. I've been doing things like I have no restrictions. I don't plan to stop, no I don't plan on quitting. Everything I do, yeah, I do it with conviction.
It's Wednesday before the market and I have all of my flowers ready, all of those extra containers that I needed. And now it's just a matter of trying to assemble everything. In theory, this shouldn't be too bad of a job, but in practice, it could be interesting. It's really going to depend on Julia and how much she naps or doesn't nap, on the toddlers. I guess all I can do is do my best. So I think tonight, Julia's napping. The girls and Dominic are just kind of hanging out and watching their shows. I'm going to try and do a couple of bouquets, just kind of see what I like together and experiment a little bit better, and then hopefully that'll mean tomorrow morning I can just like crush it out and do the rest because I already have my ideas. This is the palette that I sort of had in mind for my premium bouquet, but let's put it together and see if I actually like it. I need to test out my limits. I got descending to Guinness. I'm breaking records, I'm finished. I feel like I keep on winning. All right, well that's looking pretty cheerful and happy. You know, let's just tie that up all special. My friends know I'm obsessive. They be chilling, I be stressing, but I don't second guess it. I'm loving every second. I see my life progressing, so I spend time investing. When I dream big, yeah, I commit. Wanted this life since I was a little kid. Never thought twice, I just did what I did. Worked towards it and now I have an addiction. I've been living life like a dream, like it's fiction. I've been doing things like I have no restrictions. I don't plan to stop, no I don't plan on quitting. Everything I do, yeah, I do it with conviction. I will never give up, I will never give in. Everything I do, yeah, I do it with conviction. I've been on a mission, I ain't never quitting. Everything I do, yeah, I do it with conviction. Oh friends, I have so missed making bouquets so much. So while we're getting Juju settled down here, I feel like we should talk a little bit about the flowers. So I'm really lucky that Arkopia Flower Farm, if you haven't watched the Arkopia channel with Dean yet, definitely go give that a subscribe. So his wife, Jess, runs a flower farm, and because they have this amazing greenhouse where they can grow all year long, she actually has like summer flowers that are available right now. She doesn't have a ton, but what she does have is so beautiful. And because, I mean, obviously I want to use as much local as possible, I was so happy to be able to buy from her and support her instead of just doing all wholesale. So I'm going to advertise these as like half grown, half flown. Sadly, nothing is coming from me. I think I've got enough greenery and I don't need to like chop any twigs or anything, but.
Where is Julia?
There she is. So the baby actually slept in this morning, so I was able to get a shower and make quite a few bouquets, which is like big win. If you watched my previous video though, I talked a little bit about how like I wish I could make things more aesthetic, but that is just like not the right now season, and it goes true for this video. Like if I would be doing a normal bouquet making video, I feel like I could make it so much nicer for you, but friends, the fact that this is getting out at all is kind of where I'm at. But you know, as baby gets older, as I'm able to like send her to daycare occasionally, things can get nicer. Well, we did not too bad today. I was able to finish arranging all of the flowers that I bought. I still have to take a few more dahlia tuber cuttings and make up the tulip arrangements, but I think other than that, I'm done. And that seems like a reasonable amount of work to either try to get done between tonight and tomorrow morning, just depending how this one naps. This one is doing a lot of fake news napping today, so I'm having to just do the things that I can do with her on me, which it's really frustrating sometimes. Like I feel so jealous of people who can just like wake up in the morning and do the work they set out to do and have a certain allotted hours of it. Like in one way, I'm very grateful that like I can be home and I can do the nap time hustle, but on the other hand, I'm like extremely resentful of the nap time hustle. But yeah, but I love you so much. Oh, and another thing, if you're gonna comment on me wearing this wrap, which is fine, you have every right to, all I ask is that if you don't like how I'm wearing this wrap, could you please send a link about how to correctly wear the wrap, or a carrier that is better or something, because just saying like you're not doing it right, she's not breathing, is not really helpful. Like as far as I know, I am wearing this correctly. I can easily kiss her. So helpful comments please about the wrap. All right, let's see what we can do baby wise. What do you think you two are doing there? You think you're eating my seedlings? No, you are not eating my seedlings. Absolutely not. That's right. You go, Henrietta. Don't even. Away with you. That's right. Excuse you. What do you think you're doing in my greenhouse? I mean, that was stupid of me for not putting the container on. Out. Out, out, out. Out you get. Come on. This is not for you. Not for you. Yeah, you two go. Goodbye, Betsy. It's Friday morning, and this is my last chance to get anything done. Baby was somewhat fussy yesterday, so basically the morning was the only chance that I got to work on getting my market preps done, and I got nothing done the rest of the day. So today we're digging up tulips, doing a few more cuttings, maybe printing a few things out, and then I guess that's pretty much it. Isn't that color just gorgeous? Love it. You guys, I think there might actually be some rain. It says on the weather forecast there's only a 20% chance, so I was like, fake news. I hear it. I hear it on these black bits. I feel it ever so slightly. Oh, but it just doesn't feel like much though. It's not even fun to pick these. Like, it just feels like the saddest tulip harvest ever. And as I mentioned before in the other days, like I am just trying to make some lemonade out of some seriously rusty old lemons. Like I hope this sells. I don't know. I mean, even if it doesn't, like this is just a failed crop. I'm about this close to never doing tulips as a crop. I hate how you have to, order your tulips before this year's tulips have even bloomed. So I don't even know if these are going to sell. I don't know if my people are going to like them. If I can't salvage this year, I'm not ordering like in 2024. I just, So it's Friday evening. I've got to be honest, I'm feeling really low. Like, this one is fussy. She's always fussy. I have not gotten the tulips potted up. I have not gotten the extra cuttings potted up. I am just starting to maybe load up because I feel like she's not going to cooperate with any sort of potting up things. I'm worried that my stuff isn't going to sell. Like I just hate this part of motherhood, because in this part of motherhood, if you choose to like not just take time off and only be with your babies, then you are hanging on to your career by your fingernails. And it sucks. It sucks so much. But you know what? I think no matter what you choose in motherhood, whether you choose to be a stay-at-home mom, whether you choose to like just, you know, work and do daycare, whether you try to like do this weird hybrid I'm doing, it all sucks. Like it literally all sucks. And I don't have any answers. To add to the complications, a deer ran into our van on the weekend, which is fun, and we no longer have a vehicle that all of us can fit in, so I'm grateful we're able to borrow my mother-in-law's car for a period of time. But like, I am grumpy about this too. Like, it's just, everything just feels really hard right now, because I feel like this is so dumb. Like, I'm moving everything one piddly little thing at a time, and poor baby, she's finally asleep. Like, she just doesn't nap, and she's finally napping, and like the sensible thing would be to take her off and like do this all with two hands. But I can just feel it. Like, she's not gonna nap the second I take her off. And like, I don't actually want to quit, but honestly, in times like this, I'm just like, what am I even doing? Like, why do I even try? Why do I even try? I just feel like quitting. And I mean, I'm not gonna quit. I've so had it. So the morning of the market, it was so busy that I didn't even have time to really film much of anything until I literally got there. Thankfully, most of the morning went smooth, but there was just like one major hiccup, and it was these containers, which were a huge part of what I was going to do with my tulips that I picked. So I had plans, you know, to like cutely put them in here, and I did my demo and it was adorable, but I never took the stickers off. And I realized way too late they were like impossible to take off. I tried soaking them in hot water. I tried vinegar. I didn't have any Goo Gone, or like if you use that product, I think that's good. I tried a magic eraser. I tried scrubbing it, and finally, out of sheer desperation, I threw them all in the dishwasher, just hoping like that would magically do it. And nope. So I don't know. At some point, I'll get some product to clean this off and reuse these. So like, it's not lost, but I had to pivot. So instead, because I was really short on time, my first instinct was just to throw the tulips all in a bucket. Well, I guess they already were in a bucket, and just bring it like that. And I thought, $2 a tulip. I'll just like cut the bulb right there, and I'll kind of like make a big show out of it. That didn't exactly work. I did have a lady who bought them and thought it was a really cool idea, but mostly they were just getting passed over. But let me tell you a different part of the story, which is going to make way more sense with what I ended up doing with the tulips. So the market starts, traffic is good. Not quite as good as the Christmas market, but still like pretty steady, and sales are pretty decent. Flowers are getting snapped up, but only at certain price points. So the $25 flowers selling like hotcakes. $10 little bitty bouquets I made with just sort of the bits and bobs of everything else, selling like gangbusters. What's not selling? My $97 bouquets and my $49 bouquets. Normally I wouldn't try to sell such an expensive bouquet, but it's Mother's Day weekend. So I thought like maybe just on the off chance people are gonna go all out and they'll want these really big bouquets with like the best blooms, the most unique things I got. But no, they did not. But that was okay, because as we all know, your girl does not give up easy. So what I did is I actually just
took those bouquets apart, and I completely redid them into the price points that we're actually selling. In fact, I was selling so many of those $25 and $10 price points that eventually I said, like, why am I keeping these $2 tulips? I just like cut off the bulbs, repackaged them as well into little mini $10 bouquets, and they're all gone. I was totally sold out of flowers. So I don't know if people in the flower farming world are like gonna hate me for this, but I love me a $10 bouquet. I think it's really great to like build trust with someone who's never bought from you. People like to buy multiple little bouquets to kind of share with their friends. And I'm of course not using my best quality stem. So yet again, the Sask Maker Sale was a really good market for me, and I walked away selling $1,000 worth of product, which I was very, very happy with. Definitely signing up for the next one if Jenna will have me. Another thing that really worked well is I made sure that I had a helper at every single part of the market. So last time I thought maybe I could do some of it on my own, and it was just too busy. And of course, last market I was pregnant. This market I brought Julia with me because she's just a little too young for me to leave at home. And it actually worked out really well. So I think in all markets going forward, I will ideally have a helper. Thanks as always for watching me on this crazy flower farming journey. If you like more content like this, I have tons of free content on the blog, shiftingroots.com, and I've also linked a few products I think you might like as well in the description. And of course, there's a Patreon. So we are starting in Patreon to do our monthly gardening chats. If you're a $9 US patron level or up, you are invited to those chats, but for the first month only, while I still, this is my first month I've had patrons, so like extra thank you. Even at the $4 level, I'm allowing you to come into that gardening chat just for this first month as like my way to say thanks. So as always, we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, friends.